Hi, my name is Sylvie, and I tried the virtual med bed, had the 8 hour experience. What I did is I carefully looked through the intentions, affirmations pages, and worked on a lot of my commands based off of the affirmations. And I wrote a whole bunch of them down because I decided I was going to be continuously forever abundant. And then I recorded it and then I played it back slowly to myself. I would have loved to have it on loop, but I didn't have that option. Maybe in the future. Um, so I didn't notice a whole lot of energy stuff at the beginning, and then when I cranked up the energy, commanded the energy, then I started to feel things, and it was a feeling reminiscent of when I was a child sleeping and feeling the energy when I closed my eyes. So that was really interesting. What else? And then I had some other things I asked it asked the medbed to do, and it was quite a lot. And some of it was based off of an intention prayer that I've developed over many years. And so the next day I felt um, interesting. And I think I might have had chocolate the next day, which I don't have very often. And I felt very, very high. And I didn't, the only thing I had was I had a hot chocolate. That's what it was. And I felt this really interesting feeling in my chest the next day. It was like this bigger, open, more, almost more transparent, more light. And it felt like I had a whole lot of air in my chest area. It was very difficult to explain. And I have some physical things I'm working with. I have the leftover of a very large cyst, which is really tiny now. I managed to heal a lot of my stuff. I use a lot of natural holistic modalities, um, a lot of nutrition, eat a lot of fruits. Love Dr. Morse. Check him out. Dr. Robert Morse, the fruit guy. Also love the medical medium. Also awesome to check out. So, still working on regaining function in my left leg and foot. I have some neuropathy there. Haven't noticed a whole lot of shifts in any physical traits. I have like kind of like a little slightly denser tissue in my right breast. I have a few little kind of odd little marks, detox kind of bumps. I have what else? Oh, my arm, since I was a child, my left arm doesn't have full extension. I broke it, so I was doing some work on that. So a lot of the stuff is things that I've had for years that I've done a lot of healing work on. So I don't have a whole lot of pain left or anything, thanks to medical medium Dr. Morse and meditation and all that kind of stuff. So right now all I'm working on is regaining mobility and function in my body system, and I also am working on being a great manifester and focusing my energy and focusing my thoughts. And that's been going very well as well. So, ethereal results for now, nothing earth shattering. Um, so, I had one day I had a little bit of a real stress before I started work. I do teaching a small group of students, and I got really stressed, and then I had a shift, and then I ordered a whole bunch of books, and my dad had sent me some money to for Christmas, and I hadn't fully earmarked it and whatnot. So that was an interesting moment. So I had a kind of like I wasn't in alignment, and I was feeling really weird and grouchy and stressed out and teary, and then there was this like shift, and then everything seemed to flow much better after that. So I mean, I'm pretty good at doing that anyways, but there was something a little bit more intense than usual in that experience, and I hadn't had an experience like that in a while, a sort of an adjustment realignment experience. So that was interesting as well. So I'd love to be part of the longer term experiment to see if I can actually get my left foot working and get my left arm straight again. A lot of my issues are left side, which is interesting. I also have sort of still circles under my eyes, still working on that. Maybe a little bit of dirty blood syndrome, something, kidneys going on. So working on the biochemical aspect. So I asked a lot of questions about my biochemical self, my spiritual self, my emotional self, and the physical things I'm working on healing. And I think that's probably long enough. It was a good experience, very subtle. So I'd like to do some more experimenting with it if I can. Okay, so here's to great manifesting for everyone. Okay.